What's going on, guys? Clifton Denny with On Your Own Outdoors. Well, it is 3:29 in the evening. It is an exact 12 hours since I left the house this morning. I am down south, public land hunting, to a place that has whipped my tail more than once years ago. But anyhow, been on the phone with one of my buddies. Deer are done running. They're back on feed and feeding areas, and they're just not messing with does anymore, which is great for down here. Because if you don't know this, look down in the deep south, there are public land places where you can use bait. I'm not saying that the deer specifically hit that bait all the time. However, I am saying that it will stop them when they're coming through trails. But anyhow, you can kind of see some of that terrain out there. This place is wild. I got here about 10 o'clock this morning, and David and I went out. We've been scouting since then. Did find one really good spot. One of David's buddies actually hunted an area yesterday. He harvested a really nice buck. And anyways, while he was sitting there, this on down past him, he could see deer crossing, but he didn't know what it was. It looked like a pretty good deer. So anyways, David and I went in there middle of the day today, set that spot up. Looks like it could be real promising. I don't know that it will be able to, be as good as what I hope in the next 3.5 days, which is what I have here before I have to go back to work. But we'll see how it goes. But anyways, I am about 20 minutes out from where I'm heading. Just went back to David's, got a shower, and I'm going to get in a tree. So we'll see y'all guys from there. I'm in here and set up. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. Definitely it was probably about 30 or 45 minutes later than I would want to be even on a late day. But it is what it is. We did a lot of scouting midday, so this spot is super tight. I've got like a window to my right over here at like 15 yards I can shoot. Got a little pocket over to my left that is literally the size of a beach ball that I can shoot. Probably 12 yards. I've got one out here in front of me. Furthest I can shoot out there's 30, so I'm hunting some ditch bank deer down here. Basically, it's just a wide open area, bunch of sage grass, but there's these cedar draws that run right here through the middle of it. So the hope is that these deer are using those cedar draws and cruising through. And to be honest, I know they have in the past because, like I said, this is my buddy David and I. We set this spot up a few years ago. It's obviously changed since I've been here, but he ain't gonna be mad at me when he gets up here because I had to move some stuff around. Fit this red growth grade up in the tree, but if one comes in, I don't know, it's gonna be weird, but this is wild. go. It's 2:15 in the afternoon. Went in for lunch. Got out of the stand about 11 o'clock. Went in, ate, came back out, did a little bit more scouting. I actually think these deer are crossing about 100 yards down from me, but it is what it is. These are the options in trees. I think those deer are crossing about this tree right here. To be honest with you, the problem with that tree is that there's so many briars and such down around the bottom of it. You can't get up in it. So anyhow, this is the tree I'm actually hunting in, that y'all been seeing videos from. So anyhow, I did find out it looks like there's a bedding area basically over to the east of me, and then over to kind of the southwest. So this is a really good pinch in between two bedding areas. But yesterday we had 2 deer come in. It was a little bit too late for y'all to see on the camera. Y'all actually probably could have seen them, but I didn't think there was anything within 3 miles of me, so I went to climb it down and actually spooked them. They were probably 15 yards from me, and then this morning, as y'all saw, we had that doe come. She actually skirted. I seen her out about 300 yards. She come down and basically this fence roll, and then she hit the straw, followed the straw right up to it. So anyways, this is a good late season area, so maybe we can get lucky. It's like 75 degrees today. It's freaking miserable, but maybe tomorrow. Y'all want to see this real quick? Here you go. There's my setup up in there. So anyways, it's like 75 degrees today, and then tomorrow the high is like 58. You see me wearing this because on this piece of public you have to wear orange all year long, whether you're in a gun area or a bow area. So here we are. But anyways, I'm gonna go finish getting this stuff ready, climb up in the tree, and I think it's gonna be pretty quiet until about 5 o'clock, but can't kill them if you're not in the tree. What's going on, guys? I know the wind's bad. I'm sorry. Walking into the old tree one last time. It's an afternoon. This is the last evening I'm gonna get to hunt. I've got this evening, and then tomorrow morning. Spent a lot of time in this spot because it's really close to where some of my buddies hunt, and they run cameras out here. You know, or used to run cameras out here. You can't anymore, but anyhow, in the years past, this spot's been really good. December, so we thought it would be now, because usually they start getting back on feed patterns. But what we're figuring out is when I was leaving out last night, driving back to my buddy's house from staying at, I saw all kinds of bucks, booger and does. So I guess like that late season ruts kind of came in, and this area over here is really good for bachelor groups of bucks and stuff like that. They like to spring and summer here. So late season, they usually come back in. But what we figured out is you know, there's hardly any does in this area. I think Out of all the cameras they ran last year and the year before, they had like 5 different does in this big block of timber. Not timber, nastiness. Anyhow, so anyways, we actually think those deer have moved on again, and so I've kind of been just hunting to hunt. But if you saw in the footage just a few minutes ago, I had those 3 young deer come in yesterday, and it's 2 button heads and then a young doe, and one of those button heads tried to mount that doe. So I don't know if he just didn't know what he was doing, or maybe that young deer is finally starting to try to come in. And if that's the case, that deer's been here, those young deer are here every afternoon. So maybe, just maybe, she's trying to come in, and it drug one of those big deer back in here. So fixing to climb up in the tree right there and hopefully make something happen. And if we don't, I'll be pulling all my stuff tonight either way, and tomorrow morning we're going to give you something a little bit different to look at. This other area has a bunch of deer in it, so my plan is to kind of go in here where my stuff's already here, so it is what it is. And then tomorrow morning, my last hunt, I'm going to move into an area that's got a very high population of deer, and if these bucks are actually starting this late season rut that we think they are, they might be in there. See me, but I literally have. Shooting hours is up right now, and I have hunted hard the last 3 days. And as y'all just seen, I finally had a buck come in. He just wasn't what I wanted to shoot. On to the next. Alright guys, it's the last morning. I changed it up a little bit. Doing some ground and pound. Just now starting to crack daylight, so we'll see how it goes. It's almost 9 o'clock, about 8:30. Seen an absolute stud going the opposite direction, so guys, this is the last day of my hunt. I go home tomorrow. I don't know how much y'all could have seen of this. I'm gonna review the footage. I had 2 minutes left of shooting light when this deer came in, but I've hunted one spot, one stand in this area for 3 days. My buddy David that's running the cameras, like, man, if you sit there for 3 days, you'll eventually see a good one. Didn't work, so we moved. Same area, just moved over to a different spot, gotten some thicker stuff because the deer weren't on feed anymore, so we assumed, man, they must be on does, and that's exactly what ended up happening. I was watching does being ran all afternoon. This buck is one that David actually seen a couple weeks ago, and he passed, and I think he's an idiot. And I did not pass him, pass an arrow through. All right, guys, so here's the bad news. The ground and pound. Just like Missouri, ground and pound in here on this public land down south, deep down south. And so what ends up happening is, you can see in the video, there's deer moving through those cedars behind the little opening that I'm sitting in. And so the problem with this is not having the cameraman and running solo. The buck that I ended up harvesting ended up coming in, and he was like 16 yards, super alert. They were running does back in those cedars all afternoon. He ran a doe across, he moved in. I thought I hit the record button. It was low light, so I had the camera closed. So I reach over, thought I hit the record button. Turns out I did not, guys. I'm sorry I didn't get the shot, but I wanted to go ahead and air this so you can experience the hunt with me. It's not always about the kill shot. Sometimes it is about just the prize of getting there. I tell everybody that, getting the kill shot on camera is awesome, but it's just the filming and the experience that I enjoy